Hey guys, welcome back to Brandon and the Fat Man. I'm glad you could join me for my, I believe, 7th video. I'm excited about this series. I'm excited about the videos that we've been doing. Today is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I've gotten both on YouTube, just in person, because let's be honest, most of my followers right now, subscribers, whatever you want to call it, are friends and family. But I'm going to answer some of your questions of why, and especially the big one of why Brandon and the Fat Man. Why did I choose that name? So we're going to get into that just a second. Okay, guys. So yeah, I've got a couple different things that have been asked of me, a few different questions that people have asked. So I want to kind of get into some of those things. One of the questions that was asked was, what all am I doing on exercise-wise? Am I doing just the walking, or am I doing more than that? And I'm going to do a whole video on that coming up. Short answer, I'm doing more than just walking. And I want to get into some of that on that video, specifically why I'm doing more than just walking, what I think is best for people who are trying to lose weight. And of course, it's always going to vary, just with every answer. It's going to vary from person to person, based on what you can do. So it's going to change things up. Number two, I want to point out too, or answer the question of what am I doing on what I take in. So again, the Nature's Twists that I've been drinking, that I talked about, versus the Monsters. That was one thing I talked about in my last video, about how I'm going to be adjusting the intake of milk. That's going to be another thing, and drinking more water, which is a big part of it. And I encourage everybody to, that when you're starting this, that to be part of what you do. A big part of what you do is trying to drink more water. It's of course a very big part. Staying hydrated, helping your body recognize that you're full before you normally would have, and there's just so many aspects of it that drinking water is a good thing. So those are the drinks. The next thing is food. So up until this point, what I've been doing is just making general better choices, right? So I think I may have mentioned some of this before, but you know, if we go out to fast food place, for example, instead of large sizing stuff, I get the regular size, and maybe not even eat all that. I've been more conscious of when I'm full, and not going for just the taste. So I've been stopping eating when I'm full, and then making some better choices. Again, if I'm out, instead of getting a cheeseburger, I might get a grilled chicken sandwich, which is still not the most healthy thing. Grilled chicken is good, but then all that bread and the cheese and whatever else I throw on there, depending on where you're at, not always a good thing. So I've been making just a little bit things when I have meals for when I'm at work. Same thing. I have specifically got things at the grocery store for my meals that are a little bit better than what I was getting before, and I'm going out to eat less for my lunches when I'm at work. So that's what I have been doing. I'm working on, and I'm sorry I can't fully answer much further than that. I'm working on a plan of some other adjustments, and I think really the plan itself, to getting together a plan of what to eat daily, that's going to be really the next step. And so I'm working on that and seeing how that goes. I will tell you, I've recognized a couple of weak points, I guess you could say, that I have with what calls my name, or what calls my stomach, or taste buds probably is the better answer, or better description that's out there. And so I'm doing my best to change and avoid those type of things altogether. You know, we'll work on doing some of that stuff, but I'll show you, once I've got a plan developed, I'll show you what that meal plan looks like. But that was another thing I'm changing. Excuse me. And though I answered this in my first video, the question has come up a couple more times of why are you doing this on YouTube like this? You know, I felt like I just couldn't not do it. I don't know. It was something that was eating away, and I explained all that in my first video. So you can go back to the first video if you haven't seen it yet. It'll answer some of those questions. But what it boils down to is, one, for me, doing this with you guys helps keep me accountable. And one example is, you know, I could have fallen back into drinking Monsters on a more regular basis, just fallen into that trap pretty easily. But once I had drank a few, drank 2 or 3, whatever it was, before my last video, what I talked about, once I did that, I realized I had just told you guys not long before that I had cut way back, and here I am drinking those. And so it helped me reset my mind and get my mind in the right place to be able to focus correctly on it. So that's one, it's accountability for myself. Number 2 is it really is, I'm hoping that this helps other people. I want this to be able to be a motivation for people to be able to start this journey, carry on their journey, work through this together with each other, with me, whatever. And I'd love to see in the comments here on the YouTube channel, I'd love to see in the comments if you're going along with me, if you're continuing on this journey, if you've started, what you're doing, you know, just different things like that. Let me know. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see some active, and I'd love to see also, I've gotten a lot of support for doing this. A lot of moral support, and I think it's awesome, and I love it. And I'd love to see that same type of support with others who are saying, hey, I'm starting this, I want to start this. Feel free to ask questions, you know, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I want to, you know, motivate others to do this too. I don't want to do this alone. I want to do it with people. So that's another reason. And now for the big one, why Brandon and the Fat Man? I purposely didn't tell this right away because it was kind of a unique thing, and I knew I'd probably do a video sharing what this was about. But so Brandon and the Fat Man, well, a minuscule amount is a play off the old show back in the 80s, Jake and the Fat Man. I watched it as a kid. It just stuck out in my head, and I thought, hey, that's a fun little playoff. 2, I just think it's a fun name. But 3, which is the main basic reason, since I've been overweight, I feel like there's 2 people. And maybe you've felt this before too, but I feel like there's 2 people. There's Brandon, and then there's the Fat Man. They're both here, but I feel like they're 2 completely separate people. And that fat person, that fat man that's inside of me, is constantly struggling to take over and be in charge, and not going to let that happen anymore, because he's been winning for several years now, and I'm not going to let that happen anymore. So that's why I chose Brandon and the Fat Man. I could have went with Brandon the Fat Man, but at some point I'll probably continue on the channel, but I won't be fat anymore. And so I wouldn't be able to be called Brandon the Fat Man. So that's basically it. There's 2 parts of me, is what I feel like. There's me, there's who I am, who I've always been, and then there's this fat guy, this fat man that wants to take over. And so we're not gonna let him win anymore. We're not gonna let him in. And so we're recognizing, by using this name in the title, that yes, he's there, but he's separate. He's not taking over me. He is not me. So that's the reason why. That's why I went with that name. So I'm going to have a few more videos coming out a little bit closer together over the next week or so. So I hope you enjoy it. I also have a challenge I'm doing. It's going to be a 31-day challenge starting the 1st of October, which for you, it already is. I'm not sure if this is coming out Friday or Saturday, but it'll be either October 1st or 2nd. And for me, that's tomorrow. It's Thursday night right now. So yeah, we're going to have a video, and I'm going to start this 31-day push-up challenge is what it is. And then I'm going to go through this, and you're going to be able to see at the end of it each day what I did. And just to let you know what this challenge is, I'm going to do as many push-ups as I can every single day. I had it suggested I should do 1 push-up on day 1. I should do 2 on day 2, 3 on day 3. There's no way at this weight that I'm going to be able to do 31 push-ups on day 31. I'm not in a row. I can do it throughout the day, but not in a row. So I recognize that that's a lofty goal, and we talked about those goals. I'm not going for one of those huge major goals. So we're going to do as many as we can each day, and we'll see what the difference is. Day 1, may only be 2 or 3. Day 31, who knows? Who knows what it'll turn out to be? Maybe I'll surprise myself and it will be 31. I don't know. So that's what it's going to be. And I'm going to show you each day, and I'm going to do a video of every day that it did. I'm not going to show it on every single day. I'm going to do a compilation of everything at the end of it. So you can see what I did starting day 1 to day 30 and everything in between. So you'll see anytime I have mishaps, anytime I fall down, any of that stuff, you're going to see it. I'm going to show it. But you're also going to see the progress that's made. So I love you guys. God loves you, and we'll see you next time.